Not because of superiority of his physical being. Because the physical being of Adam is inferior to the physical being of angels or jinn. So it had to be something else in that inferior being to give it a superiority. That is the whole test. That is what the whole problem is about. Where is it? Why is it? How is it? And we cannot get past that physical body. We cannot get past our mentality. Because we do not believe those whom Allah Almighty sent among us, because we do not believe in Allah Almighty. We really don't believe. You would not stand at a bus stop unless you believed that the bus was going to come in that route. And that's why you stand in the rain or the snow or the heat, waiting for an 87 or 72 or number 6 bus. You know eventually it's going to come because you believe in that. And others have taken that bus, but yet others have listened to Allah Almighty. Allah says how He has established those in strength and power that listen to Him, that was all returning to Him, that always look to Him. And this is why it's not enough to be able to read the Quran and to read the traditions of the Prophet, because we don't believe it if we cannot experience and know within ourselves that from Allah we come and Allah we shall return. And it's that part of us from Allah Almighty that helps us to understand His words. And that's why the Prophet, peace be upon him, was unlettered. There was a reason for that. He got the full experience of the guidance of Allah Almighty to take to human beings, to take to all human beings that were lost since the time of Jesus Christ, Moses, all of them. May Allah be pleased with them. Allah brought back the whole experience, put it in the heart of beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for the seriousness and the power of what they went through. We read, oh, you believe. What about my servant Noah? What about my servant Jesus? What about my servant Moses? We're just reading that. But the Prophet, peace be upon him, when this was coming to his heart, he was experiencing the relationship that they had with Allah Almighty. He was seeing and feeling and knowing. He was present with the experience of Allah Almighty calling Musa alayhi salam to Mount Sinai and giving him the Torah. He was experiencing that when Isa and Maryam received the gospel. He was experiencing when Allah Almighty gave the purified pages to Ibrahim alayhi salam. He was experiencing it through his being. He knew the value of what Allah Almighty was putting in his heart. We read it and we don't know the value of what we read. And that's why we don't have a clue about ourselves. Just waiting to die. Hate to see the next birthday because we're getting older. Those who are with their Lord, they don't care about numbers. They're with their Lord. As I'm with my Lord now, I'll be my Lord forever. They don't care the way we care. Their desires are not like our desires. They're not looking to be famous or have mosquito. They don't care about that. They only care about being honored before their Lord, Allah Almighty. Allah created dunya to be their servant. They don't disrespect Allah Almighty by taking a false God. That's why Jesus Christ said, be in the world but not of the world. Because you're not of this world. So to try to take on the nature of this world is falsehood. It's not true. It simply cannot be done. But we put all our apples in one basket thinking that this is the end-all, be-all. I must be known and famous and rich known by everybody so they may respect me. Then we're in that casket. We're not taking anything with us. As soon as we're in the ground, we've forgotten about it. And you find that you don't have any medium of exchange in the next life. No good deeds. Because we set up partners to Allah Almighty. We were not sincere servants to Allah Almighty. Instead of us looking to Allah Almighty for our sustenance and putting the dunya at our feet, we didn't believe. So we used our intellect to pursue the dunya with our desires. I want this, I want that. I gotta have this. I will lie for this. I will be deceptive for this. I will kill for this. To possess this. How can everybody possess the world? Everyone has equal access to Allah Almighty because Allah has no beginning and has no end. It can never be crowded. It can never be finished. But Allah Almighty brings people here to take them out because it'll get too crowded. No one stays in this life because it will be too crowded. Not enough water, not enough feed. Just coming here, you think Allah will be sending us here just to starve? It's a lot of people now. But Allah Almighty can expand the dunya. For what? To bring more disobedient servants? We don't understand what we don't understand. We don't listen and we don't obey. We think that we may guide ourselves. I've reached a certain station. I'm good. See, dunya is in measurements, and that's from dunya. That's a dunya mentality. Everything is in time, measured in time, and measured in spaces. Everything is by a cause and an effect. Dunya can be measured. And that's why time, we need time in dunya. Time is only a measurement. And those who have no faith and not constant, they are enslaved by time. They are enslaved by cause and effect.